Hey guys, welcome back to the Creative Shack. My name's Lisa, and today we're going to do some Beauty and the Beast inspired DIYs. So every month I really want to put a video out there that is related to a Disney movie. And by creating these beautiful DIYs for your home decor and putting some Disney in people's homes makes people smile. So this month it is February and it reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, love the color red and the rose. So guys, let's get started with these beautiful DIYs. So for the first DIY, I actually got this beautiful acrylic shape from Hobby Lobby. It was only $1.79. It was in the wood section. So it came with a really nice base, but this definitely reminds me of like a stained glass window, especially with that shape going on. So I went on Google and I printed out this beautiful image. You can just put in on Google Beauty and the Beast stained glass window, and there's so many that pop up. So just choose one that you really like. And then what I did was I went on my Word, I sized it, and then I printed it out. So I actually decided to take a glue stick and put it right onto the image and stick it right onto the acrylic piece. Now after that was done, so the corners, I wanted to sand them off because I really want it to be a really crisp edge. And then all I did was put that wooden piece back on. I did decide to stain the wooden piece because I think it just looks way better and a lot more richer. I actually grabbed this metal piece from Hobby Lobby. You get like a whole pack of them for like a couple dollars. And you guys, by just putting that little metal piece on there, it definitely makes this image stand out. So for the next DIY, you definitely have to create an enchanted rose because that's what it is all about, is about the rose. So I grabbed this slab from Dollar Tree, and then these blocks are from Dollar Tree. So what I did was I stacked two of them up, and then all I did was just take this rose from Dollar Tree and kind of like figure out how I'm going to do this. So I kind of bend it a little bit and then putting that like votive right on top of that just to kind of size it. So all I did was hot glue the rose right onto those blocks. And then I actually put a little bit more hot glue in there as well, going back and forth with it. And then I actually wanted to bring out some moss. Now moss is really, really nice because it does hide your mistakes as well too. So you would definitely want to hide those blocks. So by taking some of this moss, now I have two different color mosses and that definitely gives it that real effect. So by taking this moss, hot gluing this all over, I did want the wood to show a little bit around the rose and then placing some moss onto the blocks definitely hides them. So I did take some petals of the rose and all I did was just cut them to size and I bend them. I bend them because it looks more realistic that way. So I just kind of put it right onto the moss and I did three of them. And like you can see here, all I did was just put a little hot glue and I pinched it. And then all I'm doing is putting the petals right into the moss. Now I only did three of them. You can definitely do more than three if you want. I did pick up this photo at a thrift store and it is perfect. So I did paint the top of that a chalk paint white, and then I did go over that with a nice metallic bronze color, and look how beautiful this turned out. I loved how this turned out and it goes so well with the stained glass window. So for the next DIY, I am going to try to make a book with a slab of wood. So this piece of wood, it's not the greatest. It is a 5x3. So what I decided to do is stain the whole thing with my Waverly wax. And then after that was done, when it was completely dried, I actually went in with my ruler and just create some lines on the top and of the side of it so it looks like book pages. Now, if you want it to be a little bit more rustic, that type of thing, grab a like Sharpie that it's a little bit dull. And then after that was done, I actually pulled out some of this paper. Now, I get my paper at Hobby Lobby, this big scrapbook paper I get from Hobby Lobby, Joann's. So I actually found this one from Joann's. And this beautiful paper is absolutely beautiful. So I sized it, I cut it to size. I wanted to do back and front, and I put it down with some glue, which was a glue stick. And then you can see here I am sanding the edges off just to give it more of a crisp edge. I did go back in with a little brush with my Waverly wax and stain the sides of it so it looks like a very finished piece. Then I wanted to create a binding of it. So I actually pulled out some ribbon. This ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. It's very rustic. So I glued that right onto the slab of wood. And then I actually decided to create the image in the front of the book. So I actually pulled out these pieces that I actually already had. These pieces are from a 3D printer that somebody made for me. And I actually decided to paint it gold. Now you can get frames like this from Joann's, Hobby Lobby, that type of thing, that are in the wood section. And I painted it like a gold color, and then I went back in with a bronze color. So that's what that metallic paint does, especially that bronze. It gives it more of that old feeling. I printed out this stained glass rose from Google, and all I did was kind of trace it and then size it and then cut it around, and then I am going to glue that right onto the frame. I did do hot glue, but you guys can do whatever glue you would want. I don't know if hot glue is the best glue for it, but it did work. And then I hot glued that, everything on the back of it, and then place it right in the front of the book. So that came out absolutely beautiful. I went on my Cricut machine and I printed out Tale as Old as Time, and I put that right onto the ribbon, and I did do a white vinyl on that. I decided that it needed a little something else, so I went in my ribbon stash, and actually I found this from Dollar Tree, and it's like a leather ribbon. So all I did was cut it, and I cut it right in half because it was too thick, and I put it on the top and bottom of the binding of the book. And this actually creates it to look more realistic. I took some of that bronze metallic paint, and then I pulled out this charm that you can get at Hobby Lobby. I love charms at Hobby Lobby because you can definitely use them for whatever. This is a really simple gold rose charm. So all I did was put some twine, and I'm going to put it right under that leather piece so it looks like it's just hanging there. And look how absolutely gorgeous this came out. I love this piece. This one was my favorite one for today. So for the next day, I picked up this sign at Hobby Lobby, and I picked up this Be Our Guest sign at Hobby Lobby too. They were very reasonable price. The sign was about $4.99, and this Be Our Guest was around $2. So I decided to paint the Be Our Guest a matte black color. It needed about 2 coats. I decided to hot glue this right onto the actual sign, and then it actually kind of fits pretty perfect on here. And then I went back in with some gold metallic paint and just rough it out a little bit because I really want this to shine. And then I went on my Cricut machine and printed out Try the Gray Stuff, It's Delicious, with some black vinyl. And this one was very simple and really easy to make, and look how stunning this is. This can go into anybody's house, especially if you are a Disney fan. So for the last DIY, I decided to make a mirror, and you definitely need a mirror for Beauty and the Beast. So this piece I got at Hobby Lobby. It was about $2.99. I did paint it with some yellow paint first, and then on the back of it, I decided to stain it with my Waverly wax. I did go back in, and I actually wanted to make it a little bit more like rustic old. So taking that bronze metallic paint, I did 2 coats of this, and this came out absolutely stunning, especially if you wanted that antique look. I did grab a popsicle stick and I did the same thing, just kind of giving it more of that rustic feel. So anyway, I went in with some silver paint because I wanted to make it look like a mirror, and all I did was take my time with it. It definitely needed about 2 coats. And then I found this absolutely stunning image on Etsy, so I had to buy this image. So I absolutely love this. I printed out my Cricut machine in black vinyl because I wanted it to look like a silhouette. So I am trying to show you that this is how it's going to look if you put the handle on it. So I decided not to do that. I pulled out these metal pieces that I got at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and I decided to put one of them on top of the mirror. It creates this elegant look, and I absolutely love how this actually turned out. I did decide to put 3 of these roses from Hobby Lobby onto there. I definitely think this looks like a mirror, and this one came out really pretty as well. So I actually wanted to show you my little setup of Beauty and the Beast for this month, grabbing some pieces that I actually already had by creating this Beauty and the Beast vibe. So I started out with these faux books. These faux books, I absolutely love them. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. I grabbed this clock, this candlestick, that type of thing. I grabbed this candlestick, I think it was at Home Goods. This Beauty and the Beast book I actually already had as well. It looks like a faux movie. I grabbed some of my Jim Shore figures. As you can see in that background, I did make that sign as well a while ago. I thought that came out beautiful. And then some of my rate done pieces. I actually put out, especially that mug right there, I just put some flowers in. That's it. And this came out gorgeous for this month. So if you guys like these Disney DIYs, give me that thumbs up. And if you didn't subscribe to my channel, I would love you on board. And you guys have a wonderful weekend.